Can you buy a house for $350,000 in Atlanta? The answer is yes. Welcome to the Landis Look, where we take an inside look at the world of real estate. And today I'm here with Nick, who's going to give us a tour at what $350,000 can get you in Atlanta. Nick, welcome.
Hey, Justin, how you doing?
Hey, doing great. Thanks for being here today. So $350,000, some folks may think it's not possible anymore, as we've seen prices really go up the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years at this point. What can you get for $350,000 in Atlanta?
Oh, wow, Justin, you can still get a lot for 350 in Atlanta. I'll give you two examples. We just recently sold a property actually on Mead Street, which is pretty much right on the Beltline. So,
Yeah, like right
townhome,
on the belt line. It's like right outside your window.
you can literally walk to the Beltline without breaking a sweat. It is literally your backyard. So, and that's 350, and that's one of the hottest locations in Atlanta.
This doesn't get you a single family house in that location, but it does get you a lot.
It doesn't get you a single family house, but it does get you a nice newer townhome. And I think the biggest thing with these new townhomes is that obviously you don't have to worry about a yard, and you do have the space because, I mean, who doesn't want to walk out of their house and just be right on the belt line, like right there? Um, I'd take that over a yard any day.
One of the things that I like about the townhouses and just newer construction in general is you do get some of the modern amenities, right? So, like this has an open kitchen, it has a big master bathroom, big master closet. Some of the things that in an older house you typically wouldn't see because they just weren't built that way. This also has a one-car garage, which can be really rare in an older home as well.
Yeah, the one car garage, especially for city living, is a big plus. We see a lot of homes nowadays in Atlanta that go for double the amount that might not even have a garage. So there really are these small gems in Atlanta that if you look at the right place, and you can still get them at the right price.
Yeah. So, what about a single family house? If I wanted to get a single family house inside the perimeter, can I still do that at 350? And what does that house look like?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. You can definitely still get something under 350 within the perimeter. There's several locations where you can still find that.
So let's take a look at one house that's in that area. This is in Riverside, which is northwest of the quarry. So tell us a little bit about this house and what you think makes it great at this price point.
Well, it gives you everything that you would expect of a home if you're thinking of a little bit more of a suburb setting. So you get yardage. Yeah, it's phenomenal, and especially if you're a handy guy. I wish I was, but if you are,
Same here. Same here.
if you are, this one has a workshop, which
Yeah.
that's amazing. Where are you going to find a workshop in the
Mhm.
perimeter? Like,
Yep.
there's no way people would say that's only 350. So I think that that's a major benefit of this home. Obviously, it's not a big 3,000 square foot mansion like you would see outside of the perimeter, but it's a great home if you're just starting out. If you're looking to live in the city and live close to all the cool things in the city, it's a perfect home for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, this home, 3 beds, 2 baths, big yard, workshop. I mean, it does check a lot of the boxes. And you're right. I mean, the trade off is square footage. I mean, this house is just over 1,000 square feet. So, your price per square foot on this house is higher than on the townhouse, but that doesn't take into account that workshop, the yard space. And for some folks, those are some real benefits that add value to the house for themselves.
Yeah, I think that it all depends at the end of the day what you're looking for, right? But I think Atlanta as a city, as these two homes show, really can offer you almost anything, and at a price that a lot of people think is no longer available in the city. It's definitely there.
Well, Nick, let's talk about, so both these houses have sold. And so let's
Mhm.
talk about how they sold relative to what they were asking, because I think for a lot of you watching, you probably know it is a really tight market right now. That means there is just not much for sale, not much inventory. Supply and demand is definitely skewed to where there is more demand than there is supply. So on the first house, on Mead Street, the townhouse, it actually went a little bit over asking on the price, but the buyer got closing costs. And this may surprise some folks as well, that even in this competitive kind of market, it's possible to potentially craft some closing costs from the seller.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that was really a good deal about this property is that the buyer was able to say, hey, we're going to pay a little bit more for the property if you guys cover closing. So the big benefit of that is that at the end of the day, when the seller and the buyer come to closing, the buyer actually has less that they have to put down cash. And that difference really gets into the mortgage as long as it appraises for that, which is a phenomenal deal because at the end of the day, it's less cash at closing.
Yeah. And so the next one, the one up in Riverside, it did go pretty substantially over asking price, about 5% over asking price with no closing cost. How often are you seeing that kind of competitive nature, especially in single family houses at this price point?
So we see that quite a lot, to be honest, Justin. So we see a lot of these homes receive 10, 20 offers. And there's various ways to be very competitive in that. But one of the things that we see is that obviously the price goes up on these properties. Um, and that's not only in Atlanta, that's outside of Atlanta. I recently visited several small areas outside of Atlanta where this was also the case. So it's not just Atlanta, it's the overall um, metro Atlanta market that sees this. But there's good ways that we can help you win in those scenarios or give you a better chance of winning. Let me put it like that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it pretty routinely happens that, folks on our team are sharing that they help people win the house without being the highest offer, which you would not think would be possible, but it is possible. And I mean, that's just a huge win all around. I mean, one, to beat the other 10 offers, and two, not to have to pay the most for it. I mean, that is a win win for the buyer all the way around.
Oh no, for sure. I think that the biggest thing that all of our agents really focus on with this is building that relationship. When it comes to finding out what the actual seller is looking for, that really allows you to make an offer that works for the seller, which makes you a lot more interesting than someone that just throws money at it. At the end of the day, obviously price is important, but there's a lot of other things that sellers in this market are looking for besides just price. There's guarantees that they're looking for. There's potential closing days because they want to move up in a house. So there's a lot of things besides just the dollar amount that make a good offer.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Nick, thanks for sharing both that insight and these houses today. I mean, hopefully for those of y'all watching, you were encouraged by, hey, these are some great properties at the $350,000 price point inside the city. If you want help searching for a house like this or a house that is completely different than this that fits better for you, we'd be happy to help you with that. And if you're really struggling with, hey, how am I going to get a house, or I keep seeing houses and they're gone before I can even make an offer on them or even go to see them, we'd love to help you with that as well. The market is moving quickly, but there are ways to win in this market. So, everyone, thanks for watching. Nick, thanks for being here. And we will see you guys next week.
Thank you, Justin.
Bye.